Hello everyone, Speedy Hedgehog Live here with a new video. Today, this is part 11 of me building a city. In this video, I'm going to be finishing off Michael Myers' house. Then I'm going to build a cafe and a suburban house. So let's get into it.
Next, we want to place a row of 4 white concrete extending right of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, fill the space in between that row of white concrete and the house in using bricks. Extend the bricks 1 row to the right, and then brick slabs all the way around the edge. We then want to place 3, 1, 2, 3 stone brick wall on top of this white concrete, end rods on top of the remaining ones, and then light grey carpet on top of the end rods, like so. Next, we want to place a stone brick on top of the stone brick wall. Extend the stone brick to the right, line up with the side of the house, extend across, line up with the side of the house, place a smooth quartz slab in front of the lower half of the stone bricks, then place stone brick slabs extending up and back towards the back of the house. One of these rows will be a stone brick row, so that will make things nice and easy, as we can then simply just place the slabs against them. And we do just have a slight gap here which we want to fill in, of course, with light grey concrete. We just have to destroy one of the slabs. Next, the main roof. We have a slight gap here which we want to fill in, of course, with light grey concrete. We just have to destroy one of the slabs. Next, the main roof. So, all we have to do here is place a row of smooth quartz stairs along the top front of the build, hang over the side of the roof, and place upside down and regular faced smooth quartz stairs up and behind, following the shape of the light grey concrete until we eventually get to the top, and then we will need our smooth quartz slabs. Create a solid smooth quartz block here behind the stair, and then a slab on top like this, and then simply just start extending down by placing a regular stair, an upside down stairs, then a slab on top like this, and then simply just start extending down by placing a regular stair, an upside down stairs, following the shape of the roof once again until we reach the top of the back of the house. So we will then place a row of smooth quartz stairs extending across the top of the back of the house, overhang by 1, and then we will do this, then place a row of smooth quartz stairs extending across the top of the back of the house, overhang by 1, and then we will do the same thing on this opposite side.
This disaster season, make sure you have an emergency kit packed and ready. Hey, JT, pass my pack. Yeah, still got it. Pack an emergency kit and get ready, Queensland.
Authorised by the Queensland Government, Brisbane. At Woolworths, we can help you spend less today, less on Monday and Sunday. With prices dropped on Australian RSPCA-approved chicken breast fillets bulk pack from the meat department to just $10 a kilo. That's today's fresh food, people.
We also want to place a row of smooth quartz slab extending across the top of the roof, joining both sides together, and then this gives us a really nice area to simply just fill in with stone brick stairs. So left to right, starting from the front, extending up, way down to the back. And now for some final details. First of all, we will place a row of spruce leaves that extend along the right side of the porch, all the way back, and end here in this corner. On the opposite side of the build, they will start here and extend forwards and around to the opposite side of the porch. We will take these 3 middle blocks here that coincide with these bricks, extend forwards like this, remove two rows of the grids on the left and right side of the build, and replace all of those empty spaces with smooth stone. And then, last but not least, we will remove all of the grass and remaining parts of the grid and replace it all using lime terracotta.
We're trying to push. I always come back. Watching it on the weekend, and crowd be wild, and then the jump scare, the infamous jump scare appears. Dude, that actually scared me. That scared me. This scene here, that actually scared me. That scared me. Honestly, I put it in amazing. It's pretty good. Honestly, I don't know what to put this one. I think it was kind of dumb. I put it in decent, okay? I put it in okay. It's not the best. It's just good. You know what? We're gonna put this in bad tier. It's had so much wrong, and then let's have fun on Halloween.
And finally, we are going to add a jack-o'-lantern right here at the front of the porch with a green candle on top and a carved pumpkin right here just to the left.
So, guys, I apologize if I was mumbling about stuff. I was just talking to myself, so I didn't even know that it was on video. Once again, I do apologize. But anyway.
Optional extra, if you don't plan on using this house as an actual house, and like me, you're just kind of using it as an Easter egg for your city, then fill the inside of it in with black concrete, or at least add black concrete behind the windows, and it will just make the house look a little bit more mysterious. There we go. And that!
So before I build the next build, I'm gonna just fill in the windows with black concrete to make it more mysterious. So yeah.
tutorial complete, ladies and gentlemen. However, this video is not yet over. We must now take our house and add it into our city in a suitably spooky location. I actually think I've got a cool spot for this. I'm going to place it just outside of the original suburbs, next to our campsite, surrounded by forest, and it's also very close to the graveyard as well, so it's actually going to be a really spooky and fitting location for this. And it also kind of makes sense because we're still sort of in the suburbs. I like this. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember.
Spotted damage to the electricity network? Report it to Energex immediately. Spot it, report it.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a cafe for all of your city building needs. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing to see what I end up making for the city next. If you're working on a city, so am I. We can build it together. But not only that, if you want to see how the cafe turns out in the end, as I have designed the inside, I'll show you how to make absolutely every single thing that you see on the screen, including some things that you don't see on the screen. Make it all the way to the end to see how the entire build turns out. But without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this tutorial is going to be split into two parts. We have the outside and the inside. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make the outside of the build.
Right, I'm gonna grab all the materials for the cafe. So yeah. Alright, before I start building, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check to see what my brother's up to. sorry. I'm so sorry. I was trying to hide. I need you to see what I am. What do you mean, what you are? Dave, come here now! Dave! Women in our family. Sit down with me. Dave, Motherhead. Dave, sit down. That's what magic comes from. Sit down! You're wrong for it. Things like this started happening. Look at me. I'm David. I sit like you. Oh, Dave! Dave! Be control.
Camera's outside.
Wait. Go. Oh. Alright guys, I'm back.
Everything you see from the outside. Make sure that you have all of those, and enough of them as well. These are the materials that we will be starting off with. However, later on, if you want to prepare yourself better, then these are all of the materials that we are going to be using on the inside of the build. Feel free to grab those now, or you can wait until later where I will show you these again. The amount of space required to make the cafe is an 18 by 18 block area. You can expand on this if you want to, but this is the best amount of space required. Make sure that you have enough room. I'd highly recommend making the grid if you are planning out a city. And that's that. Pause the video if you have to. Gather the materials. Make sure you've got enough room. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have built the grid, and you don't have to, but don't worry, we are going to be starting very soon. If you have built the grid, you're going to want to come to the very front right-hand corner of it. Count towards the back from the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to the left. 1, 2, 3. So that way, those of you that built the grid were all starting in the same place. On top of this block, place a red concrete. Destroy 2 blocks in the ground going left. Replace those blocks using stone slabs. And then place a red concrete on the other end of the stone slabs. Extend the red concrete forwards by 2 rows. 1, 2. Then go left by 1. And place 2 upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2. Going left. Place 2 red concrete. 1, 2. 2 more quartz stairs. 1, 2. And then 2 red concrete. 1, 2. Extend the red concrete backwards by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And then across the back of the build by, well, you don't actually have to count it out, but if you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alternatively, just line it up with the front of the build that we just made at the beginning. And then all you have to do is connect all the way from the back to the front like this, and you will be left with this shape. Now that we have done this, I want you to, on top of all of the red concrete blocks, place 2 birch planks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, so on and so forth, absolutely everywhere on top of the red concrete specifically. We do not want to do it on top of the quartz stairs. Those are positions for windows. So once you have built up the 2 layers of birchwood planks like this, we are now going to place a block of quartz on top of those planks. So again, only place the blocks of quartz on top of the birchwood planks. And this is actually where the inside of the build is going to have a second floor / balcony area, which is pretty cool. So if you want to, beyond this point, what we can now do is place upside down quartz stairs connecting the quartz blocks together like this, So this is where we place the upside down quartz stairs, and this kind of like marks out the windows and stuff. It makes the top of the build look a bit more interesting. But from this point, you can also fill the top of the building using either block of quartz or quartz slabs. It doesn't really matter which one you decide to use. Quartz slabs has the advantage that from on the inside, you'll have a little bit more headroom. Not that you'll be able to really do anything with it, but you will have more headroom. Whereas the quartz blocks, I mean, you've just got a nice solid base. So we want to have something which should look like this. Now, once you have successfully done this, we are going to make a bit of the second floor as well whilst we're here. So, I want you to take this quartz block right here, which is literally like it's right the way above where we very first started. And from this block, we are going to place a birch plank. Go left by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Then I want you to place 2 dark oak doors coming backwards like 1, 2, but placed sideways like this, of course. Place a birchwood plank on the other end, and then extend that birchwood plank to the left one. Place 2 upside down quartz stairs, 1, 2. 2 planks, 1, 2. 2 upside down quartz stairs, 1, 2, and then 2 planks. You can then extend the planks coming across the back like this, so on top of the quartz, and then across the opposite side in a long row. Now, here's where things get a little bit customizable. So on this side of the build, you might choose to add a balcony. So I quite like the idea of a balcony. I'm going to place, coming outwards from these 3 quartz blocks, 1, 2, 3 red concretes. I'm going to place quartz slabs around those red concretes like this. I am going to place a birch wood plank on the left side of the balcony like this. This gives us 3 empty spaces of which we can walk out onto the balcony. We are going to place white stained glass pane around the edge so nobody falls off or anything crazy like that. And we are going to seal up this side of the build like this. So this is the shape that we should end up with. It kind of looks like a gun. What we are now going to do is on top of every single birchwood plank, place 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys get the picture. So raise up all of these birchwood planks until they are all as high as each other. Once more, we do not want to raise up anywhere else other than the birchwood planks themselves, as we do have some windows to add in, and we also, of course, have the balcony, so we want to end up with something that should look like this. We are going to add glass in a few choice places. So, number 1, we are going to add glass block above the double door. We are going to add glass pane above the upside down quartz stairs. There's actually 2 rows of it, like this. Now that we have done that, we are also going to do the same down below. So where the windows are, we want to place the white stained glass pane. It's very difficult for me to place. There we go. And where the door is, roughly speaking, so I want to kind of show you this. So the double door that we're going to have to the entrance of the cafe is actually behind these 2 stone slabs. So I'm going to destroy behind these 2 stone slabs. I'm going to place some more stone slabs, place a double door on top of the back, and we're going to actually place glass above the doors like this, and then we need another material, which is, actually, we'll use quartz slab. We want to have quartz slab placed underneath, like so. So you can see we kind of want to have the entrance cut off a little bit using quartz slab like this. So that is what we want to have so far. You can see we've got a large portion of the cafe made, but not quite enough of it. So I want you to also, on top of the cafe where we built all of the walls and added glass, we want to place a block of quartz on top of all of the birch wood plank area. So once more, not on top of the glass, we want to place a block of quartz. you can join it together as well, just above where the balcony is. And I'm trying to think whether this will look good or not, like an upside down quartz stairs on both sides leading out towards the balcony. Does that look a little bit silly? I don't know. I'm really not sure whether I like that or not. Maybe add some more glass on the left and right, something like this. I don't know whether I like that. I don't think I do, but maybe we'll just keep that for the moment. But you can leave this area alone. You could even add like a door coming out onto it and stuff. Like, it's just kind of like a balcony that you can pop out to and have a look at the surrounding city. So, what else do we have to do? We have to add the upside down quartz stairs above the windows. Even here. We have to also chunk out these two middle quartz blocks here and place upside down quartz stairs there too. There is going to be a sign above there, and that kind of helps highlight the sign. I want to place red concrete on top of all of this. So all of the stairs and all of the quartz block and stuff, red concrete directly on top. To give kind of like a modern vibe, we are going to use quartz slabs around the top of the red concrete. This cafe is kind of like a blend of like modern and, I don't know, a more traditional sort of building. So it'll kind of fit in wherever you put it. I'm going to fill the roof in using glass so that we don't have to add too much artificial light. The glass will keep things nice and bright throughout the day on the second floor. Now, once that has been completed, I mean, we've made a huge amount of progress. What we're now going to do is preemptively, so we don't have to do it later, is dig out the center of the cafe. So I'm actually just going to dig out all of this empty space that we have right here. All of the grass or whatever material might be here instead. And I'm going to add stone slabs here instead. This is a step that I would usually reserve for later, but I feel as though that since we have the materials, we might as well take care of this now. We'll also involve a staircase, just to give you guys a bit of like a concept of where you might want to put stairs onto the second floor, as we will be making kind of like a cool outdoor lounging area on the second floor of our cafe. But that is the material that I want to use for the floor on the inside. Feel free to use something else if you don't want to. So when it comes to the stairs for the cafe, ladies and gentlemen, I want to have a staircase in the back corner. And I'm going to place a block of quartz, like this, in the corner, a quartz stairs leading up, and then I want to place 1, 2 quartz stairs like this. So you can see in the very back corner of the cafe, we have quartz stairs, and then a couple of quartz stairs leading on like that. And if you want to, you can even make the stairs longer or shorter, depending on, you know, kind of what you want to have. You have to, of course, destroy up into the second floor of the cafe like this, and then that way, nice natural light, we are on the second floor. And this is how we will, of course, travel between floors. I'm going to create a wall surrounding these stairs like this, out of birchwood planks, and I'm just going to cover up this empty space like that. And I'm also going to fill in the middle of this too. And I think I'm also going to add just another row of birch planks like there. I don't know whether I want to, like, do I have to? Oh, I don't have to have that. So I'm just going to cover up the stairs like that. So, like, I want to have something which should look like this. So, like, 3 rows of birch directly next to the stairs, and then birchwood planks like this. And then that's perfect. So that's what the inside of the cafe looks like. We have all of it pretty much rooted. We've got pretty much everything sorted out in terms of how it's laid out downstairs. We just have to decorate it next. But that is for the next part of the tutorial. What we're now going to do is decorate the outside of the cafe a little bit. So I'm going to grab all of these sorts of materials. I need the smooth stone slabs still. And I'm going to use some spruce fence, some oak leaves, some string, some white carpet, red carpet, spruce trapdoors, iron trapdoors. I'm even going to need some quartz stairs as well. Okay, so first going to dig probably about 3 blocks around the cafe, like 1, 2, 3, and then on the left side I can only go 2 because of Pizza Hut, and on the right side I'll probably do 3 as well, like 1, 2, 3, and then on the back like 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to destroy an area that makes sense around the cafe. And why am I doing this? You might be wondering, like, what's the point in destroying all this space? Well, the reason being is because, and I'm filling it in with stone slabs by the way, because the outside of the cafe has a seating area. So I think it would be quite nice to have a nice, I think it would be nicer to have like a floor that is a bit more fitting towards like a seating area. So instead of like grass or what have you, we're just going to place stone slabs. I mean, you can even destroy all of the grid if you like. You can just destroy all of the space inside of the grid. That might be a little bit easier instead of counting and stuff. And just replace all of the empty space using stone slabs. So I'm going to hang in here with you because it's not exactly a fun process at all, destroying all of this stuff. And it's actually going to be easier to do this at this point in the tutorial than later, because we have to make those seats that I talked about, and it involves us placing loads of blocks and trapdoors and stuff, so it will just be much more simpler if we do this part now. Depending upon how much room you want to leave around your cafe, you are going to destroy a different amount of space.
Hello, not Clappy, and welcome to the stream.
That is a given. Reason being is because, of course, of chairs. But on the sides is a bit more subjective. You don't really have to leave as much space on the sides if you don't want to. It really does depend what sort of setting you want to place it in. You could place this in the middle of a city. You could place this on some sort of retail park. You could place it next to loads of other stuff, or it could just be kind of standalone. So that's why you're going to have to use your best judgment from this point.
I've been working on it for a while.
Now that we've got a
Thanks for the nice message, not Clappy.
Going all the way around the cafe. What we're going to do is add a couple of canopies. So, not Caterpie, don't confuse that with the Pokemon. From the front left-hand corner of the cafe, this red concrete block here, we're going to leave a gap of 1 in the ground and place a spruce fence. Raise it up by 1, 2 blocks, and we also want to have a same row of spruce fence coming out from the front right corner of the cafe here. 1, 2, 3. Same space away. We also want to have another row of spruce fence lined up with the very right side of the cafe here. 1, 2, 3. And that is like the stand for the canopy, the canopy. Whilst we have the spruce fence out, we are going to place spruce fence all the way around the top of the terrace that we have for the second floor of the cafe. We also want to place some oak leaves going around the side of the cafe. So if you start from, like, say here, oak leaves just like 1 block away from the door, and if you extend it all the way around and stop in a similar position on the opposite side, it adds a little bit of flavour to the cafe. A little bit of nature, if you will. What we are also going to do is add seats. So I'm going to place seats 1 row away from the canopy stands, like 1 row outwards. And I want to place, so like 1 row outwards, and then I'm going
Thanks
to
for subscribing.
Like 1, 2, and I want to have like a table here, so like 2 blocks away from the edge of the window, and the same on the opposite side, 2 blocks away from the edge of the window. And then I want to have back-to-back walk stairs like this. Pick a colour for the tabletop, so either a white carpet or a red carpet. And then place spruce trapdoors all the way around the seat on the left, right, back, like this. That's perfect. We also want to have chairs on the second story as well that are sat right here. So they actually want to be in the same position as they are on the ground, so like here. And they want to be facing the same way too. But the difference being is you just want to leave a row of 1, like a gap of 1. So like here and here. So like inwards from the window, or like 2 blocks away from the in part of the window, and then tables on the opposite side. I'm going to mix up the colour of the table, so like a red on this side and a white on this side, and then we still want to have the spruce trapdoors on the sides of the chairs, like this. So that looks pretty decent. What we're now going to do is the canopy. So this is how these things work, and they're really, really simple. So starting from this left side here, where we have this spruce fence, the first one that we placed on top of this, you want to choose a colour, white or red. I'm going to choose white. Going right of this, we want to have red carpet, white carpet, red carpet, white carpet. But we have to place string or something similar underneath or coming outwards from the top of the fence like this to actually be able to place them. And then you will be able to place your red carpet, white carpet, red carpet, white carpet, red carpet, white carpet, red carpet, white carpet, red carpet. And it wants to extend to the right, of course, like 1, 2, only have to do 2, and then white, red, white. Just like that. And then we have to be able to connect to the actual cafe as well. So we're going to have to place string very carefully. It's very easy to place too much string, by the way. You want to place it in front of the cafe, in front of the right blocks. I just placed one wrong there. You want to place it in front of the right blocks that you will be able to place your canopy, and you just want to extend it backwards like this. So here, no, I don't.
Thanks. I didn't expect for that comment to be posted. Thanks for the well, thanks for watching my live then. So guys, it seems like someone got motivation to build a city because of my live. I'm surprised, honestly. Wow. Thanks for watching, not Kleppy. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications bell, to not miss out on any live streams like this. So yeah, just letting you guys know.
I have one place there, silly me, so like here, and then you just want it to be the same colour that it is in front, just like that, and we have to place it here, 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 and here, 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 and here, to extend back towards the door as well. So this, and you can see it actually looks quite good, like it really does add something to the build. It's really cool.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, not Kleppy, for getting motivation from my live stream. Anyway, thanks.
And we're even going to do the same sort of thing up here on the second story. And we want the canopy on the second story is going to start in front of the birchwood blank block here on the left. It's going to come all the way to the right. We have to place string. And it wants to come 2 rows in front this time. And it wants to come 2 rows in front to meet the edge of the building just on the right here, so like this. And again, like you can either, I'm going to copy the same colour scheme that we had down below for continuity, like white, red, but you can reverse it if you wanted to. There's no real reason that you couldn't. And it just wants to come out this far. It's a little bit fiddly to do this, but absolutely worth it. Like, it really adds a different level of complexity to the build, and it really does just make it look a lot fancier. It really does. So, something like that. You can see that really makes it just makes it look a lot more interesting. And as a matter of fact, above here, maybe that's what we can add above the little balcony area that we made here. So what we could do is we can maybe place like glass above the top of the balcony, and then we can just place maybe just 1 row of string, and then like white, red, white, something like that. And it could even come out and like hold over the entire part of the balcony if you wanted to. I might even make it do that just to see what it looks like, you know? And I think that might look a little bit better perhaps. Instead of what we had before, Yeah, there we go. A little bit of experimentation never hurt anybody, and then that looks quite good. Like from below, that looks really cool, right? So now that we've done all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we just have a couple more details to add out here. So yeah, there we go. A little bit of experimentation never hurt anybody, and then that looks quite good. Like from below, that looks really cool, right? So now that we've done all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we just have a couple more details to add out here. So what might you need for this next part? We need spruce vents. We need the iron trapdoors still. We need item frames, torches. We're also going to need crafting tables, white banners, lime dye, and white dye, and...
I see a Wendy's eye.
Well, I'll drop it on you in this next part. So, I want to have a sign hanging off the right side of the cafe. The sign is going to be made out of, I think, 3 iron trapdoors coming out of this quartz block. 1, 2, whoop, 2. Maybe I have to crouch. 2, 3, just like that. I'm going to place spruce fence underneath the iron trapdoors. You might have to crouch again. And then item frames in those. I'm also going to place a couple of torches just like around the cafe, maybe like here and here, just to keep things, again, nice and bright, nice and light, so like when it comes to night time, everything should be okay, something like that. And inside of those item frames is, like, I haven't included this in the item list, but this is what you might want to grab if you want to make the sign. Like, it's going to be up to you, you know, kind of what you want to put in here. But I kind of think like a cafe like coffee and cake. So that's exactly what I'm going to grab. I wish I knew where cake was. I think it's where the bread is. Yes, it is. Miscellaneous foods. How could you label that? Cake is never miscellaneous. Okay, so inside the item frames, like cocoa beans and cake, which I think is a pretty good thing to put in there. Feel free to add something else if you want to. So the last part of this tutorial is the dreaded sign. I hate doing signs. You guys might know that. All we need for the sign is the crafting table and the banners and the dye. So plonk a crafting table down on the ground. Crack open the crafting table, and inside the center of the crafting table, place a white banner. I'm going to move these in here. Place a row of vertical lime dye going up the left side of the crafting table, top to bottom. Grab the new banner.
Okay, well, good luck on building your very own city, not Cleppy. I'm pretty sure it's going to look pretty good. And once again, thank you for taking motivation from my live stream. That really helps me out, and thanks for subscribing. See you later. Alright, thanks for joining. Hope to talk to you soon. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Alright, guys, I'm gonna make the sign. So I just gotta make some letters, which aren't too hard to make. If you are using a crafting table, it's a little bit tricky. I much prefer Loom, as it's pretty easy, to be completely honest. If you want to learn how to make letter banners, then if you want, you can take inspiration from me. I'm doing the white border around the letters. As you can tell from the Wendy sign, there's no red border around them. But on the cafe sign, I put a white border on it. The reason why I did this is because on TSMC's original, he actually put a white border around the letters. So I decided to just copy him, like every block he places, so that it's perfect. So yeah. And what I can see behind me is my World Trade Center site that I will be building soon. Stay tuned. Anyway, continuing on.
And place it in the center of the table. Place it in the front, line on the run. Grab the new banner and place it in the center of the table. And then place white dye all the way around the banner. in the centre of the banner, place it next to the end. White banner in line diagram. Place it once more in the centre of the cafe. Perfect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and one more slight detail that you may want to add to your cafe. This is a bit subjective depending on what sort of area you're working with. You may want to, first of all, add a path leading out from the entrance of your cafe. So I'm going to destroy these stone slabs that I've built up here, and I'm going to replace those using quartz blocks. So that way you have a much direct path to the actual entrance of the cafe. And I'm also going to round the edges of the cafe where I have these stone slabs. So again, depending on where you're building this, you might not be able to do this. You might be a little bit more constrained, as I am on the opposite side, which you'll see. So you'll see that we're right bunched up next to Pizza Hut on the opposite side, so we don't really have any choice whatsoever. But those are some two small details that you might want to add to your cafe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have successfully built the entire outside of your cafe. Very well done for making it this far. That is the largest part of the build complete and the hardest part of the build complete as well. If you would like to build the inside of the cafe block for block, you are going to need all of these materials right here. Please make sure that you have access to of those, and enough of them as well. I'm going to need to grab them myself. Pause the video if you have to. If you do want to build the inside of the cafe with me, those are essential. Once you have them all, we can get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have just finished gathering all the materials that I think I'll be needing myself. Once you are ready, we can get this party started. So, the first thing that I have to do is obviously come inside of the cafe. So, now that I'm inside of the cafe, I want to make a counter, and I want to make an area that you would actually purchase all of the stuff. So, on the left side here, starting from the left, coming across the top of this area where we have all of the red concrete, I'm going to place a whole row of quartz slabs like this. I'm going to leave a gap of one in front of the quartz slabs, and I want to have a row of red concrete that is parallel to the quartz slabs like this, so same length, just one row away. In the corner here, above where the counter is, I want to place a glowstone and oak trapdoors around it. I feel as though this creates a nice bit of light and it's quite warming. I also want to have a cash register, or a till, if you're in Britain, on the counter somewhere. So a quartz stairs right about there is fine. I also want to have a seating area inside the cafe. These are going to be some larger booths. I'm going to place red concretes in the front two corners of the cafe, extend the red concretes in by 1, 2, 1, 2, and also outwards by the same, so like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, like this. And I might even make it hook at the door like that, just like there. And yeah, that, and maybe even extend it upwards too, so just to hook the side of the door. I want to place quartz stairs around the inside of the red concretes. I'm going to place a spruce fence in the center of the table with a white carpet and a red carpet on top of both sides like this. I'm also going to add some torches. So in this corner by the window is a spruce fence in the center of the table with a white carpet and a red carpet on top of both sides like this. I'm also going to add some torches. So in this corner by the window and this corner by the window too. Trying to see if there's anywhere else that I kind of want to add a little bit of light. I think they're actually kind of bright enough. Maybe just next to the counter here, maybe. That should actually do just fine. So what else do I want to do down here? Well, we want to have all the stuff behind the counter, so that will require brewing stands. flower pot, furnace, item. Tripwire hooks and paintings, and that is actually it for down here materials. So coming across the back of the counter, I'm going to place a flower pot, brewing stand, flower pot. I'm going to leave a gap of 1 and place 2 furnaces. I'm going to place tripwire hooks, or a tripwire hook above the left coffee cup. That's a coffee cup. And I'm also going to plant a couple of flower pots around the place, just to represent cups. I also want to have a few paintings dispersed throughout the cafe. So one in the centre of this wall, and I want it to be a singular painting. So something like that. I don't want that colour, I want something nice and bright. Yes, perfect. So a nice singular painting right there on that wall. I want to have a 2x2 painting here, which means I'm probably going to have to seal those up. Perfect. And I don't want that, yeah, that's perfect. Similar sort of colour set. If you want, you could even add, say, like, chests about the place. If you actually wanted to keep stuff stored, like maybe a couple of chests here, you could even have a chest here. It depends on how you kind of, like, want to be with your space a little bit. You could even have a painting on the wall here, you know, something like... That's kind of big. Yeah, I guess you could have like a double painting would actually fit perfectly here too. So, well, like here, you could have spiders if you wanted to, but I don't know if that really fits the theme of the wall. Maybe here would be a little bit better. Though. Again, these things are all subjective. Feel free to add like whatever, and of course it's spiders. So yeah, something like that. I'm placing item frames across the top behind the counter here. And I'm just going to chuck these materials in my inventory, because whatever you want to put in these item frames, it's kind of up to you. But again, the kind of things that I'm going to be putting in there include, like, you know, cocoa beans, maybe like even eggs, because it's a cafe, maybe even mushrooms, kind of like, you know, a breakfast sort of deal, and stuff like, you know, like bread for sandwiches, maybe even some stew, cookies, cakes, that sort of stuff. So maybe like coffee above the brewing, like, you know, like bread for the sandwiches, maybe even some stew, cookies, cakes, that sort of stuff. So maybe like coffee above the brewing area, maybe like stew as well, and then like cake, cookie, and then like bread, something like that. You know, any sort of mix of foods could go up there perfectly fine. What I also want downstairs is a bit of a carpet. I love carpet everywhere. So, just in front of the counter, really, I'm going to have alternating white and red carpet. So, something like this, just to kind of give it a border, and probably also around the back of the counter too. It goes with the cafe very well. We've kind of got like a red and white scheme all over the place inside here. And the whole place is very cozy once you've done that. That's the downstairs done, ladies and gentlemen. You don't really have to apply much more detail now. As we come upstairs, we need a couple more materials again. So we're going to be using the 4 stairs again. The spruce fence, we'll need spruce trapdoors, oak leaves, red glazed terracotta, we'll need paintings one. More, and maybe even a bit of light, so torches, that sort of stuff. Up here, I'm going to have a table. So, somewhere around here, along this wall, stairs, fence, stairs. Center of the table can be any colour, so let's say we'll make it red. I'm going to have spruce trapdoors on the sides of the stairs like this. And I'm going to leave a gap of 1 and have red glazed terracotta with leaves on top as a bit of a plan. I'm going to destroy these 2 quartz stairs here, and it might even be beneficial to add a couple of fence, maybe just like around the corner connecting to the plant. Something like that. I want to have a painting right here, so I'm going to have to place a couple of guiding blocks. No, I've got to repeat that. I kind of want the carrot. No, that's not biased. No, 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 no. Yes, perfect. And I'm just going to place a torch above there. And then we don't have much room up here, so I'm just going to place a potted plant right here leading out onto the balcony area, a couple of oak leaves. If you like, you are more than welcome to add more paintings and stuff up here too, but I'm thinking, maybe just to kind of lead you outside a bit, maybe I'm going to just add a bit of texture using using the red carpet. So if I actually place it like this, I don't really want to conflict with the table. So if you place it kind of like that, leads you outside, and then here, here, and here. So again, you know, it just kind of like leads you up and out over here. And that's actually the entire inside done, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very simple cafe, but it's really, really nice in here, very cozy. And once you've done that, you've actually completed the build, and that took a lot longer than I might have imagined. Why don't we take a look at the cafe now that it's done? So, hopefully, if you have managed to follow all of these steps, we should be looking at fairly similar builds on our screens. This is... Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a suburban house. I designed this house to add to my city, but you could easily adapt this into a survival build as well. By the way, if you guys are interested, I have designed an interior for this house, but you'll have to let me know by liking the video and letting me know in the comments if you would like to see a tutorial for the interior. That'll be a separate video all by itself. Anyway, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your build. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing a row of 9 white concrete extending up from the ground. 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then extend right by 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We then want to extend forwards by 2, 1, 2, and then right by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then extend backwards by 10, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then all we have to do is extend all the way across and join back to the front of the build. So we will end up with this shape. From here, I would recommend extending all of the corner points of the build down to the ground. This just helps us to visualize the shape that we're working with, instead of this weird floating abstract image that I just showed you. There we go, that's better. On the front right side of the build, we want to make a framework for the roof. So to do this, we take this long row here and we shorten it by adding a row of white concrete on top that is one row shorter on either side. We do the same once again, and lastly, until we eventually hit just 2 blocks next to each other. We then want to apply this very same thing on the backside of the build, you can literally just look forwards and copy it. There isn't really a guide other than this, as we don't have the same shape on the back members as we do the front. Extending from the back right corner of the bottom of the frame, we want to place a row of 7
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to extend up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then extend to the right by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then down. And extend it to the build. Join it back to the frame. Extend these 2 corner points back to the build as well. You can even extend them down and together. Make sure to turn it into a solid frame like this. And if we also extend these 2 corners, this bottom one and this upper one, across to the left side of the house, this will help us frame things even better. And I've just noticed that I've missed this row here as well. That kind of completes the cube, if you can call it that. And this is perfect. This is a great frame to start with. I want you to come all the way back to the very first white concrete block that we placed and place a light grey concrete in front of it. Extend up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then join down to the ground. Add another row of light grey concrete in front of this. Then grab your stone brick stairs and fill the inside of the shape in using those stairs. You want to connect the first layer of light grey concrete together like that. Now, above and behind the light grey framework, we are going to place a horizontal row of white concrete that will kind of cut in half this front left side of the house. We then want to place a row of 5 glass in between these 2 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting from the left side. Place a white concrete and then follow up with a row of 3 glass. The glass wants to be 2 rows high, and so does the white concrete in between. Now, underneath this right window on the ground, and it would be better if you just had a row of white concrete behind the light grey wall and join the white concrete together just at the bottom. We want to have a door. This is a dark oak door just on top of the centre block here. We're then going to build a frame of white concrete around the door, and as a matter of fact, it can just extend all the way up to the previous parts of the build. We then want to create a doorstep by adding 3 rows of white concrete in front of the door like this, with then a row of smooth quartz slabs in front like so, so it all wants to extend out in front of what we have made. It's also a good time to fill this little hole in here using white concrete as well. But the next thing that we want to do is add a little overhang in front of the door. So we're going to place some stone brick stairs that are just above the door, 1 row away, and then another row connecting back to the house like this. And if you want some built-in light, this is a cheeky place to install some sea lanterns. Right side of the house, we want to place a row of white concrete along the bottom to connect both sides together. Then in this left side, we want to place a 2x2 square of black glass, with 3 rows of white concrete on top of it, with an additional 2x2 square of black glass. We can then fill the remaining part of this house in using white concrete like so. And I want to set this up, but we'll be completing it later. Leave a gap of 1 right of these windows and place a row of 2 light grey concrete on the ground. We want to extend these light grey concretes up so that they match the white concretes behind them. We'll be extending this up a little bit more later when we tackle the roof, but for now, this is fine. On the back of the house, we want to add a couple of doors and a couple of windows. So on the right side of this extend the out part of the house, we want to leave a gap of one and then place a double dark oak door. Preferably, it looks like that. Then in front of the doors, we want to place light grey concrete and surround the concrete with smooth wall slabs like this, so we have a nice little step up. In the wall, directly to the right of the sticky out part of the house, we want to place a 3x3 black glass window, like so. Then, above this, we want to have the same thing. There is a row of white concrete separating them, and that is why placing that earlier was helpful. I would consider adding more windows and details to the house, personal preference, so the next thing that we're going to work on is filling the entire set of walls in. Simply go around and fill every single wall that you can find in using white concrete. Now let's work on the roof. The first part of the roof starts on the right side of the house using the framework that we placed earlier. We simply want to place stone brick stairs along the framework of the roof until they eventually reach a high point and connect together back to back. Make sure that the roof overhangs a row in front of the roof, or in front of the house I should say, and then extend all of the stairs front and back to join together as a nice, normal, simple roof would. That's step one.
Soy latte for Greg Callister, born on the 9th of February 1987.
It would probably be a better idea to extend the stairs an additional row forwards on the front, so they overhangs the light grey concrete part of the build. I just think that this will provide a bit of extra depth, and it'll also make it seem as though that the light grey concrete seamlessly connects to the roof as well. This leaves us with the left side of the roof. So this is really simple. We want to place a row of stone brick slabs extending in front of the top front of the build and the top back of the build. This leaves half a row of white concrete exposed just above the window line. We then want to extend the stone brick slabs off of the side of the build by one row and then extend them inwards and upwards until they inevitably collide together and reach a high point like this. This will require us placing some white concrete underneath the side like this. That's perfect. And on the front, to integrate into the roof, you can either just leave this little block alone, or you can just add a slab underneath just so that it connects together nicely. We'll have to do the same thing on the... We don't have to do the same thing on the opposite side at all, actually. Although we could kind of like create a faux, like, so that it's at the same level as the opposite side. I personally prefer it like that actually, but anyway, all we then have to do is connect the outside of the roof line to the inner part of the roof, which we have already made, and everything will work out nicely. For the final roof, we want to come all the way to the back part of the house. We have to make something a little bit different here. So place a row of stone brick slabs all the way around the top of the white concrete cube that is hanging off of the back of the house. Then place a layer of stone brick stairs on top of the white concrete that we have for the top of the walls. Now, this part's a little bit tricky. It's actually easier if you have something to place them onto. We want to curve these stairs around like this as they connect to the house, and kind of turn it into a square. That's pretty cool. Now, once we've added one layer of stairs, we then just want to add an additional layer above and inside, so we slowly get the appearance of it shrinking. And this is going to be the final layer of stairs that we are adding once we eventually and tactically place it all the way around, join it together like this. We then want to place some glass in the top of this, and this will give us a really nice skylight. This is quite a nice feature for the inside of the house. And there we go, that is all of the roof section complete. Next, we are going to add 2 rows of smooth stone at the front of the grid. This is from left to right. This is going to form a pavement that will help us integrate the build into our worlds. Then we can create 2 pathways. One that leads from the pavement to the actual front door. This is made out of andesite and is the same width as the step. The next is a driveway, which is the same width as the garage door. This will just connect to the pavement. It's also made out of andesite. On the front of the build, we are also going to add some ferns to separate. The pathway and the driveway. We'll add a bit of podzol with some oxeye daisies in the podzol just in front of the window that we have on the front of the build, just at the bottom. Then on the back of the build, we are adding another row of podzol just along the back of the build, just underneath the window, connecting to the hedge line. We'll place a little bit more variety in there, though, some grass and some ferns, some oxeye daisies. We might even add a little something just next to the back door, just to make it look a little bit nicer. We're going to add a...
Okay, I think I made a mistake on the grid, honestly. But it doesn't matter, to be honest. We can have a long driveway and a path. A little bit of a long path. I mean, it's not a big deal. It is a bit painful, but nah, ain't a big deal, to be honest.
Patio at the back as well. This will sit in front of the flower bed and come all the way to the edge of the conservatory line. Then all we have to do is add some hedging all the way around, all the way to the edge of the conservatory line. Then all we have to do is add some hedging all the way around the house, and it's as simple as that. Thank you so much for that. All the way to the edge of the conservatory line. Then all we have to do is add some hedging all the way around the house, and it's as simple as that. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please. Hey, what's up YouTube? And is the same width out and inside. Adding another row of console just along the back of the build, just up. Hey, what's up YouTube? Plus that. Thank you so much for
Perfect. Yeah. Alright, guys, I've finished the builds for this video. So, normally what I would do in these live streams, I would normally integrate the builds into my city, but in this video, I'm just going to do it off camera, because it saves a little bit more time. So, yeah, this video was mostly a success, so thanks for watching, everyone. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe, turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss a video from me, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.